So a while back I did a review video on the Harbor Freight reciprocating saw. It's been a great saw. I actually have two of them now. There's probably 4 guys at work that have them. They have no problems with them. They love them as well. But in some of the comments down below of my previous video, some people were having problems with getting the blade to lock into place. I've never had that issue, and I talked to a couple people at work. They don't either. So this video is just intended to show you what kind of blade fits this saw. You know, just because you pick up a reciprocating saw blade, say you go to a big box store, you just grab something off the shelf like a blade like this, doesn't mean it's going to fit. I think they make 3 different versions of this. We're going to call this a tang. Kind of this piece here where the hole is, where that locks in place. I believe there's 3 different kinds of these ends of reciprocating saws. So we're going to go over that, and I'm going to bring the camera in up tight and show you how to put this saw blade in. I believe most of the problem is when you lift this locking lever, it kind of clicks into place right there. So you kind of lift it up, you feel a little tension, and it kind of gets into a groove. And you probably think that it's open. Let me show you looking at it just like that. See how it's 90 degrees from the saw, kind of making an L. That's not all the way open. You go a little bit past, and then that's where your blade is going in and out. And it should snap right down just like that. So if you're just opening up like this, you're sticking the blade in a little ways, you think that it's locked, you let it go, pulls right out. I think most of the problem is people aren't lifting this lever high enough. I'm going to bring the camera in up close and tight, and we'll go through this together, and hopefully some people will get this figured out. Alright, first I want to go over the blade configuration. This is the type of end you need for this reciprocating saw. I believe they make an end that is actually, this kind of flat is longer, and I believe this kind of a tang right here is fatter. So here's the other one that I have. That's the type of end of the saw blade that is for this reciprocating saw. So once you know you have the right blade, I'll try and get in here as close as I can here to show you something. Remember how I showed you earlier? Once you get right there, it feels like it clicks in kind of a groove. But if you look at this piece right here, notice where it's at. Now if you go just a hair farther, you see how that just flipped up? So there's closed. See how that's almost flipped upside down? That's when you know this is wide open and ready to receive the blade. So let's look at it from this angle. Right there is where it kind of feels like, oh, I think I have it open. That's where it needs to be. That's wide open. The lever is not quite 90, it's a little bit past 90 degrees. And if you look at this little L-shaped piece right here, it's almost flipped upside down from its closed position. Right there. So now you do insert your blade, and if you're looking at the end, it should go almost all the way in till you see that little kind of notch right there. It should be all the way up against there, and then that should just snap right in place, and there's no way you're pulling this out. So let me take this blade out. If you look at the insertion depth, this is right up against the flat. Right up against there, the flat of the saw. So I think that's where the main problem is. You need to make sure that this is open as far as you can. Stick this all the way in. And make sure you kind of push in when you release this at the same time. Don't just let go of the blade when this closes up. And then it's locked in place. There's no way it should come out. So hopefully this solves some of the issues and problems some people are having that left comments in the other video. And hopefully you guys found this informational and helpful. And I thank you for watching.